Yo, what up, Fight World? Your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Salute, Ego's Army. I just hopped out the shower. Happy Monday. Ready to get this glorious day started and talk a little bit about this boxing game. Okay. If you're just joining us, thank you for your time. You know, my motto is this on Mondays: do the most. You know, a lot of people paint Mondays out to be the worst day of the week, but you should do the most on Monday, you know, because it's a clean slate. It's a fresh week. So get your week cracking and have a productive start. You know, my hair is still wet. That's why you see a little water and shit. Just hopped out the shower. Shout out to Riverside in the house. He said he has his cafe. Oh, he got a cafe. He got some coffee. Damn, they come early. SC says Boxingego is a pussy ass bitch. Salute to you. The hate be out early. Okay, the haters got their sleep. Listen, that's fine. You know, what does me talking boxing have to do with being a pussy ass bitch? That's all I need to know. You know what I'm saying? This ain't no tough man contest. I never said I was like the biggest gangster walking around. So if you think I'm a pussy ass bitch, that's what's up. Shout out to my dude, Real Brother from the DMV. Whittier, California. VM says he loves the channel. See, they want to hate so bad, but the love just keeps shining through, you know. And whoever's putting all them alphabets and shit, you about to get blocked. They want to hate. That's what happens when you young god body, you know, young credentials. That's all they could do is hate. Like, smash the like button. We got to counter the hate with the love, though. This is a business. Man, listen. We're going to jump right into it. You know, I'll probably do a roll call later because I want to jump into it. Now, oh, shout out to Oxnard. I fuck with Oxnard. Look at SC still mad. He said, pussy. You got me. I'm a pussy. But, I was on Dante's Boxing Nation show. Thank you for DBN, excuse me, for having me. A lot of people were like, do a vampire stream. But listen, we was busting that ass on these casuals. We was doing this new media shit. And it was like 3 hours plus that we went in. You know, I am human. So I know a lot of people were expecting the vampire stream. It wasn't going to happen, you know. I was hella tired after, you know, because at the end of the day, dealing with these casuals, it's a little bit exhausting. They was calling in mad and shit, stuttering, trying to put some anger in their voice. Like, listen, this is boxing. I don't wish no ill will on none of y'all or nothing like that. But we will put you in that hot seat and talk this boxing. Straight up. Two Dons linked up. You know, this is big business. This is new media. Me and Dante created new media. You know, like, this shit is crazy because we never knew that it would create this type of wave in the game. You know, after new media came out, other people clicked up. You know, you've seen other people on YouTube form clicks and different stuff. And, you know, people constantly go against new media. Some people, you know, I know you know the channels that... They just constantly have something to say. Like, if I say Joshua should have fought Wilder, then they'll say, no, it was Wilder was done. You know, just the polar opposite, just to be different. If I say Canelo's going to beat Triple G, then they'll say Triple G is going to beat Canelo. But you notice the thing with these dudes, I swear to you, that's why new media is having a great year, because I'm not doing this off of emotion. You know, Canelo's not, that's boring. He's not giving me, you know, a kickback for calling his fight. I'm doing this off of the passion, off of the love. This is my full-time income, so, you know, we got to make money. But I'm not doing it with no preordained like agenda. But the thing that I notice with these dudes is notice how they always switch up. Always. They'll say Triple G's gonna beat that ass, and then when that doesn't happen, oh, but this was a robbery. You notice it's like the movie Apocalypto. Anybody seen the movie, the Mel Gibson movie Apocalypto with Jaguar Paul? There was a scene where the guy, he had like the villain made him do this contest or some shit, and then he was like, I almost completed it within the time, and then the dude was like almost, and then stabbed him. That's what some of these channels are, and these writers and people that go against new media. They're almost from Apocalypto. You almost got it right. You almost did your thing. You know, that's their new name. It's almost. Everything's always an almost. Like, did you get your prediction right? Almost. Are you making money on YouTube? Almost. Everything's an almost. You know, and that's what I noticed with these channels. They say Triple G gonna win, and when he doesn't win, it's a bunch of excuses. You know, because things didn't go your way. Wham, wham, wham. You know. Hey, Block, do we have any shooters? Shooters, if you're in the building, we got to get some of this dumb shit out. Someone said, fuck all you Mexicans. All right, you about to go. Hold on. We will fuck Mexicans for what? Because Canelo won? See, this is what I'm saying. You out of here, fucking idiot. But anyway, this is what I'm saying. Racial shit, like, all this because Canelo won. Really? So, fuck Mexicans because Canelo beat, you know, the guy with the pale pigment. Hey, no, guys, you know. Who said that? I don't know. Joseph or something. Whoever I just blocked said it. I mean, you guys can catch it on the replay. It's really of no consequence to me. He's not in here anymore. You know, you're not going to just be putting racial slurs and shit in my shit. I mean, you can do it and look like a fucking idiot, and then you'll get blocked. Anyway, but this is what I'm talking about. You know, you wouldn't go to East LA, you wouldn't go to Oxnard and see a group of Mexicans and say that. So stop. You know, we gotta get back to reality, people. You know, unless you're going to East LA, you know, and you see my Vatos Locos, you see La Raza, you know what I'm saying? And if you would do that, what you just did, then I don't respect it. You know, I don't. Unless you would honestly, I'm not talking about with no weapon. I'm talking about Dolo. Dolo walk up to, you know, and beat and show that same, you know, people don't want to show the same energy. But anyway, I don't want to get too sidetracked. He's gone. The threat has been removed. But I mean, the fight Canelo Triple G was a good fight, but notice these almost abs fans, it's always an excuse. They do a prediction, oh, Danny Garcia's gonna win, then he loses. Oh, but I mean, I thought Danny won. No, like, you keep being wrong. Like, Joshua's not gonna fight Wilder next. Yes, he is. Then he fighting Povetkin, like I told y'all. Oh, I mean, he was about to, but Wilder didn't pick up the phone. No. Wilder, where's your pin? No, it's always an almost. It's almost, you almost got it right, you know? And, you know, I'm really disappointed in GGG, Triple G, because he's taking the Kovalev route, you know? He's taking the Kovalev route, straight up. Poor sportsmanship, won't embrace the loss, acting like he's good with it, but he's, you know, deep down is eating him aside. Listen, I'm highly competitive. You know, that's why my channel has, you know, for all intents and purposes, succeeded, because I'm persistent. I insist. You know, I've had setbacks where, you know, I got pushed back down. Things happened in my personal life, you know, that made covering boxing hard for periods of time. Now we good, but I'm talking about like on the come up. But I'm persistent, you know. I'm very competitive, so I know what it feels like to be a competitor, to challenge, you know. I've done music and just, you know, different stuff in my life where you want to have the illest verse, you want to, you know, you're competing with other talented people. You know, I was in a music group, you know, so I understand competition and, you know, pushing each other to the next level. But there's no excuse to take it in this fashion, you know, a loss. Show good sportsmanship. And you know what the funny thing is? I'm going to tell y'all a secret. I notice it's always the people, like, there's certain commonalities in boxing where people will say guy A is a runner, ducker, yellow belly, coward, chicken, pussy, bitch, you know, all those things. And then it's never them that are doing these things, you know, because they find a way to win, or even if they lose, they don't act like that. But then the guy who's the monster, savage, killer, the boogeyman, you know, from the networks. They're telling you these guys are like monstrous and, you know, unstoppable, invincible, and the best fighter, top 25 in the last 25, pound for pound, #1. You know what old media be telling you. And you know what? They are always the ones, the bullies and shit. They're always the ones that have the worst time accepting defeat. They're the ones that walk out, you know, by and large, walk out of post-fight interviews and say, fuck it, I'm not doing nothing, you know, and just show that poor sportsmanship. Danny Garcia, you know, I respect what I respected. I was at his fight in New York. I mean, you lost 2 fights in your last 3 fights, and he felt he won the fight with Sean Porter, and he felt he won the Keith Thurman fight. Excuse me. In my opinion, the Danny Garcia Sean Porter fight was closer than the Danny Garcia Thurman. So he has a leg to stand on for feeling like he won, whether you thought he won or not. I'm not taking away from Sean Porter. That's my guy anyway. But not taking away from his win, but I'm just saying it was close. He still went to the post-fight presser. He still did an interview, and he's like, I don't know. I mean, I thought I won. I don't know what I need to do different. I got to go look back, you know. Danny Garcia, he took that, you know. He didn't want to. He felt he won, you know. And I'll give you another example. Another fight I covered, Robert Easter. He lost to Mikey Garcia. He's the one that called Garcia out. He called him out and basically said Garcia was kind of ducking and didn't want no smoke, and, you know, he's going to avenge Big Bro Broner's loss. But guess what? I was at that post-fight press conference. I was at that fight. He took his lumps like a man. He was like, man, that man can hit guard. He was making a joke out of it, saying I look like Martin after he fought Tommy Hearns. But Mikey, I mean, tensions flare up before the fight, but it's all love. Mikey has a solid team. He's a great fighter, etc. You know, and he just ate that. He just ate that loss. Took it like a G. I respect that. I respect the Danny Garcias. I respect the Robert Easter. But when you get out of the ring and pout, I can't, you know, I don't think that's good sportsmanship. Like, I did this example the other day. If you're at the Academy Award, you know, they're trying to honor the best actor or whatever. Jack Nicholson, Leonardo DiCaprio, Denzel, Matt Damon, whoever, you know, and you don't win, they show on the split screen, you just get up and walk out. Like, man, fuck that. I won, you know. Denzel didn't have the best movie. Fuck that. My movie, The Aviator, you know, that's like Leonardo DiCaprio, like, The Aviator was better than this bullshit. And then, you know, just getting up and walking out. Listen, I know I got to remind y'all, it's up early. This is the morning show. I'm like Sway with the morning show. Smash the like button. Smash the like button. If you're in here, we have 400 plus people. Smash the like button. But at the end of the day, it's just I don't like the poor sportsmanship, and I always say that. You know, I don't have to justify nothing. You know, you could go check the videos. Some people might not have been following the channel back then, but I remember when Broner beat Paulie Malignaggi, and he's like, man, you know, AB, I took his belt and his girl. I'm like, I even said it post fight. I'm like, that was unnecessary. You know, you didn't have to do him like that. You know, you didn't have to do all that. And he won the fight. You know, so for Triple G, and once again, they paint him as, you know, like the little Mad TV haircut and all this shit. And they paint Triple G as, you know, humble and smiling and always polite to the fans. And, you know, Tank Davis is the devil. You know, he's the one that stealing Ego's camera, y'all saying. Listen, this man didn't steal my camera. I know Tank. Tank's my dude. Every time I see him, it's love. These motherfuckers is like, they try to create issues. Yeah, that's why Gervonta stole your camera. I seen Gervonta in New York, just randomly down the street. He was with his little people, and I was like, oh, what's up? You know, talk to him, shout out. Like, what are you talking about? But anyway, Gervonta, everything he does is under a microscope in a negative light. Broner, Floyd, you know, the usual suspects and shit. Wilder, you know, oh shit, I can't believe Wilder would do a thing like this. Whatever he did, you know, because he said he wanted to kill a guy in the ring. But you didn't care when Colonel Sanders looking motherfucker in Ireland threw a cup on him when he's texting his girl or whatever he's doing. He's just walking by innocently. You didn't do a video about that, but I digress. Anyway, Triple G is supposed to be this humble, you know, hey, no guys and stuff, and he hopped out the ring. Beyond that, he did an interview and he said Triple G said that Canelo didn't have proper Mexican style. What are you talking about? Like, you know, this Mexican style shit needs to go away like ASAP. I'm so over this Mexican style. Abel Sanchez, he did like Candyman. He turned off the lights, and instead of saying Candyman, he said Mexican style 5 times in the mirror. And Mexican style, just like Candyman. Remember he had the bees and shit coming out of his mouth, and the bees was flying. Just like that, just like in Candyman or Beetlejuice or some shit, Mexican style popped up on you for at least 7 rounds. At least, I'm just saying at least. Mexican style was on your ass like Candyman. And now you saying that fucking Canelo didn't have Mexican style. Stop it. It looks bad. You know, this is bad, people, you know. And Triple G might not be the same fighter, just the way he's taking it. You know, you like I said, Abel Sanchez got in that mirror, that bathroom, turned the light off, and said, instead of saying Candyman, the motherfucker said Mexican style. Mexican style. He said it 5 times. Mexican style came for you. You know, Canelo is the Candyman. You know, he's the Candyman. There's no question. And he's Mexican. So you got what you want. You see the thumbnail. His face looked like, you know, like, what are we talking about, people? You talking about, oh, he didn't hit you with the proper Mexican style. Yet you on some Walking Dead shit. Look, I mean, these are facts, people. He got you out here, you know, on that leather face mask, and you talking about he didn't give you proper Mexican style. Like, I mean, it's just disrespectful to the sport. It really is, you know. Oh, no, I'm not. There's no proper. And then he did another interview where he said, I controlled the pace. Canelo didn't do nothing. The lie detector test determined that was a lie, and your face determined that was a lie. Now, listen, I know a lot of people, they think they could beat this new media movement with stupid ass comments. I understand that somebody's facial, you know, the aftermath is not always indicative of what happened in the fight. But in this particular fight, it is. Like, you know, Canelo landed the harder power shots for more rounds, you know, and it showed up in his face. Again, faces don't always tell the tale at all, but in certain cases it does. You know, you could tell kind of what happened. Canelo's face looks clean as a whistle. Pause, you know. Yeah, this is Canelo and this is Triple G. Like, what are we really talking about, right? So in certain instances it does. And the funny thing is, new media style, all you gotta use is whatever they say against them. They were all for using the aftermath of one's face when I was saying Daniel Jacobs edged out a close fight with Triple G. They said, look at Jacobs' face. Why is he wearing glasses at the post-fight? That's what they were saying. Now all of a sudden they're like, you fucking idiot, ego. You dummy. Faces don't matter. Oh, now you want to admit faces don't matter. But then when I said that Daniel Jacobs beat Triple G in a close fight, you said, look at Jacobs' face. You know? So which one is it? You know, all you have to do is use what they say against them. Faces don't matter. But then now they don't matter, but they did after the Jacobs fight. That's what you wanted to compare, you know? But it's not even about that. I see people, they're leaving. Listen, I'm not pausing that. I'm not playing no fucking games. I'm getting straight to the money right now. You know, I don't give a fuck what Anybody saying in the comment section negative, hating, I'm not worried about any of that right now. It's a morning show. I'm getting straight to the money. You notice, you see, I came all business. I'm all business right now. You guys don't pause. I'm not playing no pause and shit. I'm getting straight to that bag. Anyway, we gotta address some shit. We can play play games later. Listen. So the other thing is this. I see a lot of the, scorned or disenchanted man fans and Triple G fans or whatever, and they're constantly, oh, this is a robbery. Listen, the robbery stuff is overused. Point blank period. Close fight. I don't think I've ever I can't think of a major fight where it was very close and we all recognized it was hella close and I said it was a robbery. I really can't. I can't think of a close fight like Danny Garcia, Sean Porter, Ward Kovalev, where you heard me and I'm like, oh, robbery, and that, like, these are my opinions. I can't think of a fight where I did that, where I just said this is a goddamn robbery. I can't. It's a close fight. Close fights, like, just listen to the irony of what they say. They say, oh, I'm okay with the draw, but it was a robbery on behalf of Triple G. So if you're okay with the draw, then that means it could have been even, right? So who's to say that one round couldn't have been scored slightly different than you had it? No robbery. You get what I'm saying? Okay, in a 12-round championship fight, there's 12 rounds. A draw would be 6 rounds to each fighter. So why would you believe that it would be inconceivable that someone has a 7-5 scorecard? You listen, I'm not okay with shit other than the reality of it. Like, like if I fought somebody and beat him, I'm not going to say I'm okay with the draw when I know I beat him. You get what I'm saying? I would never say that, because why would you be okay with something like, okay, let's say I'm gonna just use a simple example. I go to Wendy's sometimes. I get the same thing. I get a spicy chicken sandwich. I don't even know. Let's say it's a number 6, right? Spicy chicken sandwich. If I go to Wendy's and I say, hello, man, take your order. And I say, okay, yes, can I get a number 6? Can I get a spicy chicken sandwich, light mayonnaise? That's how I would order it. Like, what size drink? Medium. What do you want to drink? Give me the fruit punch. Okay, your total is one at the window, right? I drive off, get back to the crib. Inside, they got a Double Dave cheeseburger with onions and extra mayonnaise, and then they have a Coke or root beer. Now, I wouldn't be okay with that because that's not what I wanted, that's not what I was craving, and that's not what I paid for. Similar to this fight. Why are people saying, oh, I would be okay with the draw, but this was a robbery? Doesn't make any sense. I'm not okay with anything other than what it is. That's just like facts. I'm not gonna order a spicy chicken and be like, oh, I'm okay with the Double Dave. I'm okay with a Baconator. I'm not okay with no fucking Baconator because I didn't order no fucking Baconator. You feel me? Do you understand what I'm talking? You guys see the parallel? You see the analogy? People saying in this fight, I'm okay with the draw, but Triple G got robbed. How is it a robbery then? So it's inconceivable. Like Princess Bride, inconceivable. Inconceivable to imagine that somebody had an extra round for Canelo other than what a draw would have been. That's why it's overused. I don't use like a robbery and a fight this tight and a fight this good and close and shit. This is how they try to stretch the truth. Okay. We got to get to this money. Shout out to DHP Jr. $10 super chat. Knowing Abel Sanchez, he is going to use the stupidity of Golovkin's fans to demand another rematch. There's still big money to be made as a product pusher. Yeah, I don't even want to see no trilogy immediately. They can, if I'm Canelo based on how it's acted, I'm content. I'm be like Marquez when he knocked out Pacquiao and said fuck a rematch. That's what I would do. Until they start acting right. Bow down. Kiss the pinky ring. Admit you lost. Admit that Canelo had a game plan that was much, much superior. Abel pretty much threw his fighter under the bus too. You know, he's talking about, oh, Triple G didn't listen to me. Then what? I don't know what caused that discord between trainer and fighter. Kenny Porter didn't say that to Sean Porter. He didn't say my fighter lost to Danny Garcia because he didn't listen to me. So, you know, how come they got it the open lines of communication to the point where fighters listening to trainer? You guys have been, it's not like a new pairing, you know, so why is your fighter not listening to you? You know, throwing your fighter under the bus. Yo, we got to get the likes up like ASAP. You know, I'm doing an early morning show. I didn't get no coffee or nothing. So I'm doing this off of fumes. But we trying to start the Monday off right. We got to get the likes up. We can't have this many people in here with the likes down. Listen, Sonteo Media, nobody gives a fuck what you talking about. He says, yes, Kenny said that about Sean in a different fight. Who gives a shit? What fight was it? See, I'm going to put you in the hot seat. What fight was it? Okay, what's the different fight? Since you know so much, what fight was it? Okay, what fight was it? No, we got a hot seat. This how I'm going to do these boys. Okay, Sonteo Media. We'll see how much media knowledge you have. What fight was it with Sean Porter? You have 15 seconds. What fight was it? Since you know, you said it was going to be easy. This ain't Berto. I heard it on Raging Babe. I don't care who said it. I don't care where it was said. I said, what fight was it? You tell me what fight Sean and Kenny Porter said. I don't have the exact fight. Then sit your ass down. Listen, I'll let you learn a lesson off of that. I'm going to just put you in timeout because you want to stop the movement. You want to stop the wave. You don't even have all your facts together. You don't get, oh, I don't remember what fight it was. So what's the point of even bringing that up if you don't even know what you're talking about? You can't even reference it. Everything I say, I can reference it. You know, I can give you a good indication of where I heard the information and maximum amount of details. Because bottom line is Sean Porter only lost to Kell Brook and he only lost to Keith Thurman. So if it wasn't those two fights, then who cares? You know, if Sean Porter didn't listen for a round or two, you know, you trying to derail shit. We not doing that. I told you I'm getting straight to the bag. I'm ruthless. My name's Eric too. Eric Wright. Well, it's not Eric Wright, but shit, I'm Eric Wrong. Ruthless Records. Let's get it. Y'all need to chill. Canelo destroying Floyd now. Listen, motherfuckers like you can get it too. This is what they trying to do. They talking about Floyd need to fight. Floyd need to fight Canelo at 160. You a hater. Shout out to Robert Martinez, $5 super chat. Why does Floyd, when he dog walked Canelo already, why does he have to give up weight advantage to Canelo when Floyd already beat him and Floyd is still the A side over him? You dudes is hating. You guys want a 41-year-old to be out of his element that bad to the point where he has some type of major disadvantage. Why Floyd got to jump up 2 weight classes? Tell Canelo to fight Charlo then. You know, tell him to jump up 2 classes and fight Andre Ward. See, this is what old media don't want to tell you. Mac Romero block him. He said fuck you too. You know, but this is what they do. No, oh yeah, Floyd. So Floyd proved his worth for 21 years in this sport. He already dog walked Canelo, beat him convincingly. Got me wrong. I'm saying he wouldn't destroy Floyd. Oh, okay. Well, irregardless of that, there's a lot of people, and the way you worded it was actually didn't sound like that. So I don't know if you're backpedaling. Second of all, I've seen a lot of people on social media who are actually requesting that, saying, oh yeah, Floyd needs to fight Canelo in the rematch. Just because Canelo looked good, that don't mean it's going to be different. And you know, in fact, if Floyd were to fight him, you know, especially at 54 and even 60, I mean, I don't think Canelo's really doing nothing with him because it's a totally different. Golovkin has no defense. Floyd has a defense. So all these shots, yes, Canelo's improved, but you guys get bamboozled way too easily. Since Edeslandi Lara, Canelo has not been in there with the Mayweather style, somebody who has similar skill set, and both of those fights were controversial. So even if he were to rematch Floyd, I'm picking Floyd, you know, at any weight, you know, well, not any weight, but, you know, 160, 154. Shout out to Jose, agree with Ego 100. Shout out to you for the super chat, $5. I think I missed one. Oh, Robert Martinez, $5. Thank you. Appreciate you guys. You know, but it doesn't make sense. Why does Floyd, he already beat that ass, why he got to concede weight? You know, tell Canelo drop down to 54, you know, something like that, and be weight drained, you know. All right, H. No, you know, I'm not, listen, I can't even do this right now. Hi, Jay, he says, I'm a Mayweather stan. Blocked. I'm not even going to argue this shit. If you think that Floyd didn't dog walk Canelo, then you're stupid. If you realize that he dog walked him, then there's your answer. Why would the A side? I've already beaten you. I am still the A side over you. Me and Conor McGregor did more money in our fight than you ever have. And I already beat you. And after the Canelo fight, I went on to fight Manny Pacquiao, which is the #1 fight in boxing history. So Floyd is clearly still the A side. He already beat Canelo, and he beat him easily. And y'all motherfuckers talking about he need to give up weight and move up to Canelo to 160. Why he got to do that at age 41? You know, Floyd's done more resume-wise, career-wise, and he beat Canelo, and he's still the A side. You guys are clearly hating because you want to see it because you think Canelo has a better shot now, you know? And you know he's going to rob that fucking bank fighting Pacquiao, and you know what's going to happen in that fight. So you don't want to see Floyd get a 9-figure. Let's just be real. Bitch, you retarded. Block him. Block Juan. You know, I'm not doing. Notice the name. Just look at the names, the faces, and the pictures of the people doing the most hating in the comment section. Juan Hooligan says, bitch, you retarded. Okay, you'll be blocked soon. Shooters, please remove Juan. You know, but anyway, let me get back to the Canelo Triple G shit. But just notice the names, faces, and pictures, if they have one, of the people doing the most hating in the comment section. Canelo Triple G, back to that fight, you know, so we don't get too distracted. I think Triple G, just the way he handles stuff, you know what I'm saying? Canelo didn't fight proper Mexican style. Then would you fight? Would you fight for the large chunks of the fight? If Canelo wasn't proper, then what was you? If he wasn't proper Mexican style, you mean to tell me backpedaling and jabbing, that was Mexican style? Everybody getting blocked? I don't give a fuck. You know, keep saying stupid shit, get blocked. It's that simple. And you know, everyone complains. Someone called in on Dante huffing and puffing. Oh, ego, he blocks everybody. Why you care what I do on my channel? You know, it's not affecting the paychecks. It's not affecting the numbers. So obviously we must be doing something right. They keep coming back under aliases or something, you know. Block Mo Green. Listen, I'm not stopping the show for you. You know, just block. We just having a block party. You know, if listen, it's not about criticism. It's not like some people. This is what they do. Oh, you don't want constructive criticism. If anyone disagrees with you, then they get blocked. No, it's not about that. But if you just say Canelo Dick Rider, and that's it, end of story, with no explanation, then you probably get shot up in here. You know, you probably get booted. Because if you say the Canelo Dick Rider shit, just explain. Say you're a Canelo Dick Rider, comma, ... and explain. That's all you have to do. Just explain. Just explain your stand. But they never want to do that. They never want to explain their side. They just want to say you're a bitch, Canelo Dick Rider, suck a dick, and all. You know, we're not playing them games. I mean, you guys could put Golden Boys fraud and all the judges paid off and all that stuff. But yeah, Triple G, I don't really condone the walking out of the ring stuff and saying this is not proper Mexican style. What was you fighting then? You know, if he's not proper Mexican style, what are you? You know, what were you? Of course they're mad because they're getting demolished. You know, we getting this bag, these super chats. We got the livest live stream, and then they getting blocked, and they've been wrong in predictions, lost money. You know, ain't no skin off my back. I gained money. I gained money. I did my reaction video to the Canelo Triple. That shit has over 200,000 likes. Over 200,000 likes in a day. You know what I'm saying? They the only ones like sauntering and like pissed and mad and shit. I'm not mad. This is a regular week for me. This is a regular week for me. This is nothing special. You know, Joshua Pavek can fight with. It's just another day, another dollar. They the ones mad. They the ones that got to look at their bank account and see $500 or whatever they bet on Triple G depleted and no longer there, you know, because they got to pay somebody. It's just a regular day to me, you know, just more money in the bank, you know, so. And they mad. I don't know what to tell you. Don't bet then, you know, if you don't know your shit, don't bet. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Sorry, can I get some water? I'm just talking all, you know, straight through. Get to the fucking boxing. Can I drink some water and shit? But I see the tricks, you know. Trying to take heat off the situation. Floyd Mayweather needs, because you heard he's coming back for Pacquiao. Easy work, 9-figure. Floyd needs to fight Canelo at 160. You sound stupid. He gotta concede all A-side advantages to bow down to a guy he already beat and beat convincingly. It's not like it was like a close fight and he left it like that, like Canelo did with Lara or some shit, or like Lomachenko did with Salido, where it was a close fight and, you know, you've never rematched him. He demolished and made Canelo look like a schoolboy, you know, and had Canelo damn near ready to cry in the post-fight, you know. And then y'all telling him, y'all saying Mayweather has to concede to him. Like I said, Canelo has never done what Mayweather done versus Pacquiao or Conor McGregor in his fights. So Floyd is still the A side. So he already proved that, and he's been proven at a high level for 20 years. That's done. I'm trying to think of what else the man fans are crying about right now. Oh yeah, this is another thing I'm saying. Make sure you guys smash the like button if you like this boxing talk, you know, the morning show. If I can sort my sleep patterns, maybe I can, you know, start waking up earlier and giving y'all. I don't know what's a good time for y'all, but these fans is mad as fuck, boy. But here's the other thing. I've seen people copy and paste the same script. It's like clockwork. They're really mad about this loss. Like I said, it's another day to me. I'm whether I was right or wrong, it's not even as serious, but I happen to be on the, you know, the right side of history with this particular prediction. But I'm seeing people copy and paste the same thing, and it's like 194 people on press row voted, and majority of them, you know, 142 of them had Golovkin winning. Look at Mario Puente. Notice the people. He says fuck ego and fuck Canelo. Or no, he said fuck ego and fuck Floyd. His name is Mario Puente. Notice the names, the faces, and the pictures of the people doing the most hating. He says fuck ego and Floyd. That's all. No explanation. Just that. Yeah, they're saying everybody in press. Well, not everybody. They're just saying the bulk of the people in press row voted for Triple G. 142 people said Triple G won. Listen. I don't give a fuck. What does that mean? Like, you guys could come up, like, you guys do realize that doesn't bring Triple G's belt back. Right? That doesn't help him. Like, if I go to BoxRec, it's not going to say Triple G L, but 192 people on press row thought Triple G won. It's not going to tell me that. It's not going to say that. It's going to say Triple G versus Saul Alvarez L. That's what it's going to say. You know, and I know people don't like when I say stuff so bluntly, but this is who I am, you know? Like, it may sound harsh, but that's what it's going to say. You know, it's going to say he has an L. It's not going to say, oh, you know, Bubby Johnson from the fucking Box Review had Triple G win. It's not going to tell me that, you know? So, and it's not going to get Triple G's face looking better. It's not going to stop the swelling. It's not going to give him his belts back. It's not going to stop the impressions that, you know, guys like Jermall Charlo may have after watching that, seeing a smaller guy walk down the monster, the bigger guy. It's not going to stop Daniel Jacobs I think he might have had Triple G winning too, but even if he had Triple G winning, he didn't win, you know. And Jacobs, I'm sure he already felt he won the first fight, so I'm sure he wants another crack. You know, he would probably like, you know. So I all the griping and saying with, you know, on a fight that's really not controversial, it's really redundant, you know. Like, it's asinine. What is it really doing? Like I said, Triple G, he doesn't get his belts back because you're telling me who on press row. Yo, we got to get the likes up, please. Here's the other thing. When it comes to the people in press row, and then, you know, I know people in the press row, you know. I just do my thing. But why would I care about all these people in press row and I don't even know, like, they're just saying a number. You know, they're just saying a number. Why would I care about that? Whoever the writer is for whatever site, like, okay, I cover fights. Sometimes people are sent from a publication that always gets credentials, you know, like USA Today or some shit. So they always get credentials because they're with USA Today, or it'll be a UK print, you know, Daily Mail or some shit, Sky Sport, you know. So they're gonna get credentials just based on who they work for. But they're not the head of the writer necessarily. You know, there's somebody sent from Sky Sports or whoever, you know, USA Today. So you're a writer. Why, you know, who are you? You know, just because you write, and this is what I try to tell you, boxing is like an acquired taste. Just because you write and you know the details of who's who, you know, what fights are happening and things like that, that doesn't mean you know boxing. Doesn't mean that you can actually break down boxing, because I've been at the fights. I listen to people's scorecards at the fight when they say out loud, like, you know, ear hustle, and you hear people's conversation and they're like, oh, I had it so and so, whoop, whoop, whoop. And a lot of these motherfuckers don't know what the fuck they're talking about, you know. Dan Rayfield looks like he can go he can't go one round. You know, what are we talking about? So, I mean, I'm not really concerned with press row. And see, furthermore, it's just a number that they're telling me. You know, they're not in front of a podium. Like, look at what I'm doing. I immediately upon Canelo Triple G2 conclusion, I got on here and faced the crowd for 4 hours, 4+ hours, talking about the fight. These people on press row, I have not heard or seen videos from all of them, or like, you know, like a diatribe of why they felt Triple G won. Like, no analysis, no synopsis, nothing. Like, so, you know, so what does that mean to me? How you're not breaking down the fight? You just came up with a number. Like, you know, you can be at a fight and not have really scored it and hear other people's scorecard and be like, yeah, I had a Triple G too. You know, the other thing you have to consider is there was so much controversy in the first fight that there was like an added pressure on this fight because of Adelaide Bird's shit, you know, and the perception that Canelo, which he does, has gotten gift decisions, or, you know, just gift announcements like CJ Ross and shit like that. So, you know, there's an added pressure to get it right. So I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people felt pressured to ping Triple G as the winner because of the first fight, you know, what happened in the first fight, and just pick him as the winner because it was close towards the end or whatever, you know. So people, I'm trying to tell y'all, you don't have to listen to me. A lot of people are fucking sheep. They're sheep. They're not tigers and lions and bears, oh my, and all this shit. They're not. They are sheep. They are sheep. Hey, block boxing is life. You got bodied on Dante's Boxing Nation and you refused to call in when I was on the phone. Block him. Boxing is life. We don't care what you're talking about. You had an opportunity to call into DBN last night when I was on the show and you ducked me. So you have no say. Like, we don't care what you're talking about. You see, this is what they do. Me and Dante did the show for 3 hours, over 3 hours yesterday. He was in the comment section talking greasy, and I said, call in, call in. I think he said he was from 708 or 916 or somewhere, you know, and he refused to call in, and then he comes into my stream talking that talk. No, we not doing, we don't, no one believes you. No one believes you. You better not duck me, son, you know. The replay is on Dante's channel. Check it. Go look through you'll see Boxing His Life or whatever the dude's name is, and he refused to call in. Everybody got a cell phone for the most part now. I mean, even homeless people have cell phones. You know, they had a little government shit. So you got a cell phone and you're able to type, then you're able to call in, you know, make it happen. But they don't do that. They don't want to call in because they know they don't have, they'd rather just, I'm telling you, it's just like Mayweather Pacquiao. A lot of people didn't really want the fight to happen. They were more content arguing about who would win. But as soon as the fight got announced, they said, oh, the fight should have happened. Mayweather, I think he's going to win because Pacquiao's got knocked out by Marquez. He's not the same. You didn't want this shit to happen. You just want to play little games and argue. Anywho, about this press row thing. See, they try to get me off my pivot. It's the morning. I ain't had no coffee, but I still feel fresh. Smash the like button, people. We working. So, yeah, I'm not really concerned with the opinions of press row or whatever. When what if someone on press row has a close relationship with K2 Promotions? You know, like they work with them, they interviewed Tom Loeffler, they've been to Big Bear for Triple G and Abel. You know, why would I expect, you know, not everyone's doesn't have integrity and couth and stuff. So why would I expect that they're gonna just get it right, you know, even if it goes against their network of people? Do you get what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense. Listen, Edwin, I really have no interest in Canelo versus Floyd Mayweather. Canelo did his thing versus Golovkin. Let's talk about Canelo versus Charlo. If you want to talk about something that's actually in the news. Edwin, I don't care about Canelo and Mayweather versus a guy he already schooled. Really don't. You know, where's the controversy? Just because you think he's better, and then when Floyd gets in there and he's moving all around because he knows Canelo has gotten better, then what? You know, and then he's pot shotting, and then you always say it's boring or some shit. You know, let's talk about like actual news. Mayweather said he might come back and fight Pacquiao. You know, Canelo's a champion. There's other great fighters at middleweight. Let's talk about those. Let's talk about Canelo, Daniel Jacobs, Sergey Derevyanchenko winner. You know, let's talk about that. Let's talk about Demetrius Andrade if he wins, or Billy Joe Saunders if he wins versus Canelo. You know, you guys want to keep, y'all want to talk about Spence versus Canelo. Why Canelo get the luxury of always fighting smaller people? You know, even one guy that beat him. Spence got to move up 2 divisions. Floyd, not even a big welterweight, got to move up. At least Spence got some size to him. But, you know, Floyd, not a big welterweight, got to move up. But y'all never talk about Canelo. Tell Canelo move up and fight Zordo Ramirez and Badu Jack and all these motherfuckers. You know, like we're not playing that game. So let's talk about things that are actually like conceptual, things that are happening in boxing. Anyway, back to press row. I know they keep trying to cause distractions, but we gonna get there. Smash the like button. Charlo will get it. Let's see it. I have no interest in hearing people's comments about it unless the fight's made. Like, oh, Charlo will get destroyed. Who is he beat? Let's see the fight then. Instead of having Bernard Hopkins say, what has Charlo done and this and that. Tell Bernard Hopkins that Charlo will get destroyed. Tell De La Hoya that Charlo will get destroyed by Canelo so they can make the fight. End of story. Anywho, yeah, the people are talking about press road. Everyone had Triple G. There was a lot of pressure to get the scorecards right in this fight because of Adelaide Byrd in the first fight. So, again, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people felt a particular way and felt like in a close fight, you know, let's right the wrong from the first fight. I'm going to edge Triple G. Again, a lot of people are sheep. There's not too many, you know, alpha males are a dime a dozen. There's more beta males than there are alpha males. And see, this is the thing. I'm an alpha male. The reason why I could do the Canelo versus Golovkin 4-hour stream immediately after, I wasn't on, you guys were with me. You know, we were all talking about the fight. I didn't hear what Andre Ward said. I didn't hear what Adonis Stevenson had to say. I didn't hear what Lomachenko had to say. I didn't see none of the uploads until after. The reason I can do that, because I can stand on my own 10 toes down. I don't need anybody to tell me what I saw. But there's a lot of beta males. There's a lot of sheep. And that's why you see people like, I've been in it, press row, and they're like, oh, who'd you got? Who'd you got? Who'd you win? Who'd you have winning? I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with asking, but some people always ask because they need that. They need that validation. I don't need validation. They need validation from someone else to confirm what they kind of were leaning to see if that makes sense and to see how other people interpreted the fight. I don't care. I don't need, if I thought Canelo won, if everybody was against me in this whole fucking planet and said, oh, you full of shit, ego, and I really in my heart of all hearts believe Canelo won and I can explain why, then I'm good with that. I'll be on an island. I'll be like Tom Hanks in Castaway. But a lot of people can't do what I do. They can't because they're beta males. So they need validation. That's why they had to ask around, oh, how'd you have it? Oh, what round? Who'd you have winning? Who'd you have winning? They got to do that because they, like I said, they need somebody to confirm before they release their opinion. A lot of people are sheep. I'm trying to tell y'all. It don't have nothing to do with alpha male strategies. Shout out to him. It don't have nothing to do with that. This is real life. I mean, some of you guys are so narrow-minded. I don't know if you think he came up with the term validation. I've seen all that, Corey Wayne's and stuff like that, but this is internal. It don't have nothing to do with Corey Wayne and alpha male strategies and shit. This is just being an alpha male, At the end of the day, I don't need validation. I don't need to wait for Andre Ward to do an interview and be like, oh yeah, that's a good point. I don't need to listen to Roy Jones to hear what he said. I don't need to wait for Errol Spence. That's why I'm content immediately after the fight, getting on the horn 4 hours. I don't have to wait and hear verdicts. I know what I saw, I don't have to wait and watch people's uploads and shit to determine. But guess what? The funny thing is this. Even though I don't seek validation, I don't have to wait around and watch for these uploads. After I do my 4-hour stream talking about Canelo Triple G, right? And then after, I meander through the World Wide Web and I look at some of the uploads and look at some of the interviews, I see fighters saying the same shit I said. Errol Spence, Derek James, fighter trainer, Clarissa Shields, Roy Jones, Andre Ward. So it's not until after that I realize that, guess what? There's other people that agree with me. These beta male, listen, I'm gonna tell you, I'm trying to tell you how this game works. Michael Scipio, he said, Boxingego, your name explains it all the way you talking. Because see, they want cowards. They want sheep. They want me to not feel passionate. They want me to be all insecure like they are. This is what beta males do. When they see somebody, when they see a lion, when they see a tiger, El Tigre, right in front of your face, live and direct, it scares them. Ew, your name says it all. Your name says it all. I see why you're talking like that. It don't have nothing to do with being an ego. It has something to do with, listen, I'm not confident about one thing on this planet unless I've done it, unless it's been tried and tested. Period. The reason I could say stuff is because I feel I've had my lumps, my bumps and bruises, and like YouTube. I know YouTube because I failed. I tried little things and that didn't work, and then I got back up, tried it. So I know it. I know the process. But this is what happens. This is what happens with beta males. They get scared. They see that, oh shit, he's so sure of what he's saying. He's passionate. I see why they call you ego. Y'all don't even know how I got the name ego. So stop it. Edwin says, dude, you still talking about alpha males? LOL. You the only one laughing. You a weird ass nigga. Let's talk boxing. Let's have you leave the stream. How about that? If you don't like the conversation, leave. And I'm talking about alpha males because you're not one of them. I'm trying to help you out. Run, tell that. See, this is what I'm saying. This is what happens with the beta male. You're a weird ass nigga. Weird for what? Look, David Carroll, ego, you a bitch, man. See, talking that talk always brings the beta males out. Ego, you a bitch, man. Why? Bitch for what? Edwin's saying I'm sensitive. You the one rebuttaling. You sound sensitive. Let me stop, because they just want my attention so bad. So let me stop. Hold on. David Carroll Jr. returns. I destroyed you last night on DBN. Dante, shout out to Dante's Boxing Nation. DBN. He has the. Listen, DBN has the live stream on his channel. So if I got destroyed, what happened? Like, how'd I get destroyed? Like, the video's up. You sound stupid. It'd be one thing if it was like 1990 or something, and a lot of people didn't have cell phones and cameras and shit. Motherfucker talking about he destroyed me and the video's up. Where'd I get destroyed? What's the timestamp? Let me know the timestamp of when I got destroyed. Motherfucker talking about David Carroll returns. Return from where? You a bum. Nobody knows you. How you return and nobody knew you even left? These dudes is crazy. Motherfucker talking about David Carroll returns. Returns from where? Who are you? You know what I'm saying? Shane Mosley, I barely know who the fuck you are. Like, who's David Carroll? Do y'all know? Motherfucker talking about David Carroll returns. That's his username. Where'd you return from, the underworld? Who's the fucking Lycan? Who are you? These dudes, man. Let me stop. These baby males just want my attention, man. They, you know, motherfucker talking about he returned. It was a fucking Swamp Thing. Where you come from? Anyway, the video's on Dante's channel, so you guys let me know the timestamp of when I got destroyed by whoever David Carroll returns is or whatever. It's Ellie Seckback returning. Who the fuck is David Carroll? These dudes, they want my attention so bad. David Carroll returning. And you can follow me at David Carroll on Twitter. Shout out to my guy ES News. That shit funny. David Carroll returning. Yeah, y'all boys don't want it. I'm too sharp. Y'all should have did this like 3 years ago or some shit. You know, when I was just getting started out or some shit. I'm too sharp with this shit. You know, all you hecklers and shit. All you hecklers, I got that heckler. You know what I'm saying? You can't match wits with me. Anyway, yeah, man. Canelo versus Triple G. It was a good fight. I really wish Triple G handled it, the loss better. You know, saying, no, he's not Mexican style. If the listen, we live in a crazy world. Let me just tell you, we live in a crazy ass world. We live in a world where a guy from Kazakhstan is telling the Mexican he ain't Mexican style enough. We live in a fucked up world. What the fuck? That's like fucking Matt Damon going to Africa. Like, man, you motherfuckers ain't African enough. This ain't African style. Like, who the fuck are you? Ain't you from Boston, motherfucker? Me, Matt Fenway Park. Goodwill Hunting? Fuck you mean? What do you mean? You going to Wakanda telling them that you ain't Wakandan enough. You know? You better put some vibranium on it. Like, you Matt Damon. What the fuck are you talking about? Who the fuck? Let me stop, man. I'm just saying, we live in a crazy world. We got a guy from Kazakhstan telling Canelo. See, that's what I'm saying. You let Abel gas you with that Mexican style shit. You really out here thinking you Mexican to tell somebody they ain't Mexican style enough for you. What the fuck? That's like Taco Bell telling a taqueria or fucking taco truck they ain't Mexican enough. Like, motherfucker, you Taco Bell, stop. You serve chalupas and gorditas and, you know, nacho cheese fries. Like, stop. Taco Bell can't tell. You know what I'm saying? Taco Bell can't tell la raza. shit. You know, you can't go to the taqueria and say this ain't real, this ain't authentic Mexican. I don't know what the fuck. Come to Taco Bell. We got all this shit. Stop. Man, what type of world we live in? Fucking Donald Trump telling James Brown he ain't got enough soul. Donald Trump gonna tell the Godfather of Soul, James Brown? Gah! I don't know karate, but I know karate. How Donald Trump gonna tell James Brown he ain't got no soul? We live in a fucked up world, y'all. Triple G talking about, hey, no, guy. Like, hey, no, you're not Mexican. Stop it. Yeah, he's not proper Mexican style. Just stop this shit. And then especially after that performance, just stop it. You're not Mexican. You're not proper Mexican style. You're Kazakhstan style or whoever the fuck you think you are right now. Straight up. You know, let's stop that. Let's how you Mexican style in 2 fights with the same guy who's smaller than you? You landed like probably less than 20 body shots. What Mexican do that? You know, what I be watching Mexican, they be in the pocket. Yeah, they will beat that body up. So what Mexican is just out there with no inside work, you know, since we're going to stereotype? Where? We got to stop with all this nonsense, you know. Next thing you know, Ruslan Provodnikov, he going to be talking about he got El Chapo style or some shit. What? That motherfucker, ain't you from Russia? You got El Chapo style. What the fuck is that? Yeah, I break out of anything, you feel me? They try to lock me up. Try to lock me up in the clinch. I break out with that. I got that Chapo style. Call me Young Chapo. Like, this shit is whatever. I'ma just do that. I got Caucasian style, you know. I'm just put mayonnaise on everything. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about all the styles. I got Caucasian style, you know. Fuck it. I'm about to make some pork chops with applesauce. You know what I'm saying? Potato salad. I got Caucasian. I mean, just if we just picking random shit, fuck it. Fuck it. Okay. I'm gonna improve my tax score. I got Caucasian style. White people be having some good credit scores. I can't front. Yeah, and I gotta say this for my Netflix special, but I'm just saying, white people, y'all got them credit scores. I see y'all. I see y'all whites. Y'all got them credit scores. I'm like, I knew you were racist. What do you mean? God damn it, white people. Like you're offended because I said white people have good credit scores. they want to make an issue out of something so bad. This shit is funny. Yeah, man. I'm just saying, you picking random shit, trying to pander to Mexican people. You know, we know the game. Actually, my credit score pretty good. It's gonna get better too. He said, I need that Caucasian style credit score. Y'all are funny. Oh my gosh. Yeah, credit is important no matter what you are. White, black, Puerto Rican, Mexican, whatever. Y'all got to get that credit score right. You know, find little ways. Get a little card. Listen, the trick is, I used to work at a credit card company. The trick is you can't just pay the balance down to zero and never use it. They have to see you're actively using it and responsible. So, you know, don't buy big shit and don't buy shit unless you know you can pay it back. Like, you know, like really when you have the money. Like, don't buy nothing unless you have the money to pay it back. Pretty much. And just put it on credit for like financing options and stuff like that. 5% backs, cash backs and shit. I needed some water. I'm sorry. What up? Smash the like button. We doing that Caucasian style, that black style, that Mexican style, my Dominican style. We doing that Cuban style, that Mexican style. We doing that Wakanda style. We gonna do that Italian style, that French style, that Romanian style. We gonna do that Turkish style. That Bucharest style. No, I'm just fight was good. Shout out to damn, Dominicans be repping. That's me. Dominicans came through. Okay, Russian style. Okay, we got some Russian. We got black. We got Czech style. Japanese style. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Your name Joseph Gonzalez. You talking about you Japanese? You Japanese? Name Joseph Gonzalez. That's what's up. Hey, I hate passive student. He said we got white pussy, black pussy, Mexican pussy. We got chicken pussy, dog pussy, Latino pussy. We got frog pussy, alligator pussy. That movie is so funny. He said, come get pussy, hot pussy, cold pussy, lukewarm pussy. We got all pussy. We got brown pussy, black. Oh my gosh. That's from a movie From Dusk Till Dawn. Oh my gosh. Cheech Marin was tripping. We got Mexican style pussy. We got black style pussy. We got Caucasian pussy. We got Chapo style pussy. We got that break out of jail pussy. We got light skin pussy. We got Eminem kill shot pussy. Like, that doesn't even make sense. Eminem kill shot. Like, what y'all talking about? Y'all making me laugh. Let's stop. Yeah. y'all gotta smash the like button, pussy. We got smelly pussy. Hey, wildin'. Y'all gotta smash. Y'all tripping. Somebody said Cambodian. Can you get back to boxing? Can you leave my shit? Eddie Gonzalez Diaz, leave. I don't care what you're talking about. Leave. Listen, I've been on here for an hour and 10 minutes. I talk about one other movie quote or whatever for literally, 3 minutes, maybe 5 minutes. Can we get back to boxing? Goddamn, like y'all can't be in that much of a rush. This is free TV. Get the fuck out of here. You act like you paying a fucking Netflix subscription to see this shit or donating or anything. Stop it. Please stop it. They're trying to control this shit. Can we get back to boxing? I mean, come on. Like you paying $9.99 a month for this shit. This is a free stream. Sit back. It'll be alright. Real Brother 32, and he can attest because he donated heavy to the channel. He said he ain't make one damn donate. That's what I'm saying. He ain't do. Can we get back to boxing? Shit, man. I got things to do. I got things to do too. Have my shooters clap you. Get out of here. You should do album reviews. I'm gonna try to do different shit. I'm gonna try to do some different shit. But anyway, oh shit, let me get back to boxing since you guys are in such a fucking rush. Psych, we got dog pussy, cat pussy, we got fish pussy. No, I'm just y'all tripping. You're like, oh, I thought he tricked me. It's gonna be alright. People act like boxing's going somewhere if I derail for 5 minutes. Listen, you like, you're lucky I'm even doing an hour-long stream before coffee, I need my coffee. I need coffee, boy. Shout out to Luis Ramirez. Shout out to From Dusk Till Dawn. That's a slapper. That's like an underrated vampire movie. That, I like vampire movies. I like Interview with the Vampire, but I don't know if it's in my top. But Lost Boys, definitely in my top. From Dusk Till Dawn's in my top. I'm trying to think of all the vampire movies, but those two are in it. Hey, y'all tripping. Yeah, man. Canelo Triple G. Like I said, it was a good fight. I had Triple G losing. I thought Canelo did enough to win. I thought he won. I thought he, to be honest, Triple G, he's lucky to me that he had that wake up stint. That second win. Otherwise, he would have lost badly. If Canelo could have just outboxed him a little bit in rounds 8 through 11ish. If he just boxed him like all the way thoroughly, and just won the rounds and even in like a boring manner, and Triple G would have lost bad because he didn't look sharp the first. But it's the irony is this: Triple G. I really blame Abel, to be honest. I think Abel had a lot to do with this, and I said this on DBN show last night. I think Abel had to do a lot to do with this because Abel, I think, this is just my opinion, somebody, you guys can send him this or don't say, I don't care. I'm just telling you my honest opinion, man to man. I could talk to him about it, whatever. But what I do think is Abel Sanchez had a lot to do with this in the sense of, I think Abel Sanchez, like other trainers, he kind of fell in love with the fame, Shout out to Smoke D's too, $5 super chat. G and Abel talked all that shit about Canelo running and turned around and did the same thing, same shit in the second fight and got tagged up for 9 rounds. Boom. Boom. But the reason why I say Abel Sanchez is because I think he fell in love with the celebrity. This is Triple G's obviously the fighter that got him the most recognition. Like, I'm no disrespect to like Terry Norris, but at the time, Terry Norris, I don't think he was getting all the recognition when Abel was training him, Like, I could be wrong. But it's just a different climate anyway with social media and stuff like that. So by far, Triple G is the staple fighter, the marquee fighter for him that has got him probably the biggest paychecks and shit like that. And I think Abel kind of fell in love with the celebrity. Shout out to Ricardo Trejo, 534. I see you, $10 super chat. I appreciate it. He fell in love with the celebrity, always being in the limelight, having a big fighter, and trying to stick to his guns, and it backfired. And what I mean by sticking to his guns is he put out initial messages and he didn't back down from them. He didn't want to back down, so he just rode that wave out, go down with the ship type of thing. You get what I'm saying? So his notion that he put on from an early onset is, hey, we're Mexican style. But over time, that had been proven time and time again, that's not really how Triple G fights. But he kept advocating for the Triple G Mexican style, and Triple G went along with it. And that's not who his identity was. It's no different than, like, let's say Keith Thurman. Remember how Keith Thurman, he was like, I'm Keith one-time Thurman, KOs for life. But then when the KOs stopped coming, people question it. They're like, I thought you was KOs for life. You didn't KO Sean Porter. Danny Garcia moved up from 40. You didn't KO him. You didn't knock out Leonard Bundu. What about them KOs for life? So you really put a lot of pressure on yourself when you guys put certain labels on that, because you gotta live up. You gotta live up to what you say, or the fans are expecting you to, KOs for life, and then the KOs stop coming. Then, now people are like, oh, we're having them KOs for life. Or if you say I'm one time and stuff, that's your moniker. So like Wilder, he's knocking dudes out. He's really getting the knockouts. And he's not even calling himself like he's the bronze bomber, He's not saying like every time a KO Wilder or something, So that Mexican style, it didn't really even suit. It never suited Triple G, but it was Abel, who's a Mexican-American fighter. Mexican-American trainer. It was his idea to try to, use a gimmick and a ploy, in my opinion, to get Mexicans on the side with Triple G. He's in Big Bear, so, SoCal area. Obviously, there's a lot of Mexican fans in Southern California. I live in California. California is my state. And there's just a lot of Mexican fans in the world, let alone in SoCal. It's a good republic for boxing. So Abel used this whole plot and ploy and tried to gain fans and then describe what it is and this and that. But it didn't really ever suit Golovkin's style, because Golovkin is no Ruslan Provodnikov. He has fundamentals. He has a lot of experience. He has a hell of a jab. He's not going to just like do what you said in your definition for Mexican style. Me personally, I don't think there is a Mexican style. And I've told you that from day one. Once again, I was right. There's no Mexican style. You heard Canelo's team say the same thing. He's like, Canelo's team also brought up a good point. The Reynosos, they said, how he Mexican style and he don't even have a gym in Mexico. That's a solid point. You know, you have a gym in Big Bear. I don't know how many Mexicans live in Big Bear off top, but you know, that's a solid point. Like Juan Manuel Marquez and Nacho Beristain, they got the Romanza gym in Mexico. Hey, block Dario Brown. Block him. He won't stop. This is the call. This is the angry caller. He's saying that he bodied me in the hot seat. Darion, just block him. He keep coming back. He already got blocked and he came back. We're not waiting for you, bro. Listen, everybody go check out Dante's Boxing Nation. He says he bodied me around 4 minutes there, or 4 hours or some shit. So go listen to that part. He said he blocked me 4 hours and 32 minutes in. So that's where the timestamp is, where he allegedly bodied me. So go listen to the video and tell me if I got bodied. And on Twitter and Instagram, whatever. He got destroyed. And the world knows it. Nobody knows you. Leave me alone. Jesse Perez, $11 super chat. Abel needs to stop with that Mexican style. There is no Mexican style. See? See? So yeah, in general, like to wrap this up, Abel Sanchez fell in love with his celebrity, you know, and he started advocating this Mexican style, and his fighter couldn't live up to the expectations. Golovkin is not a mindless, like, he's not even an inside fighter. He's not even an inside fighter. Like, you put Triple G in a phone booth, like, let's say Leo Santa Cruz. Leo Santa Cruz is a good inside fighter. If you're in the phone booth with Leo Santa Cruz, he's going to be, like, digging body shots. He got long arms where he can get them off. Leo Santa Cruz versus Eric Morale. Eric Morale. Watch that fight. He was fucking his body up. Triple G has never done that in any fight I've ever seen. I'm talking about Mexican style. Go watch. I'm giving you the reference. Boston Sports. How can I donate $10? I'm trying to help out. I appreciate you. You should see a $ in your on your screen somewhere. If you see that, you can just click that and then hit in any denomination. I'm on Venmo. I'm on PayPal. But reference point. Go watch. See if you can find it online. Watch Leo Santa Cruz versus Eric Morale. Leo Santa Cruz was abusing this man's body. Pause. He was tattooing his ribs. I've never seen Triple G fight like that. So that's what I'm saying. Like, all this Mexican style stuff, you put Triple G, you put him a lot of pressure on him, because that's not how he even fights. He's not even an inside fighter like that. But you guys, some of you guys went with this bullshit. Here, my PayPal, the link is in the description too. You can also do PayPal donations or Venmo. It's like an unrealistic, unfair expectation. That's not how Triple G fight. The Venmo's in the in the link in the description too. Wow. Hold on. Y'all blessing the channel, blessing the kid. Oh my God, what the fuck? Hold on 1 second. And we just got this. Oh, wow. Look, the money just keep coming. We just got another one. Hold on. Shout out to VOR Music Group. They just blessed us on PayPal. Let me read his message. Here's what they think about you. He said, been following for a year, definitely worth the subscription. I appreciate and respect your expertise, integrity, and hustle. Peace. Big up to you, VOR Music Group. I appreciate that. Thank you. Everybody get some claps. We also got one from Hamza just right now as I was talking. Look. This is what happens. I try to tell y'all, y'all keep hating. My dude Hamza. Appreciate you. They keep hating. Okay. Says, keep up the good work, bro. Got some unexpected expenses, but we'll be donating more soon. Inshallah. Shout out to you. Hamza always drop off that love. We need some clap emojis. Y'all ain't doing enough. This is how we definitely get to the next level. Y'all be motivating me. Not just because of money. Like, I'm not a material person like that, I don't need a bunch of shit, but I am trying to take this shit to the next level. So it definitely helps the movement, so I don't be out here, I'm not at the using super chats at the strip club. I don't need to. My regular paycheck handles my personal life. I'm trying to take this brand up, we're trying to grow. So shout out to you guys. Yeah, man, just this Mexican style stuff. I just feel able. He like kept. It's like when somebody, it's like live and die by the sword type thing, And he put this out there, the stigma. This is what Triple G is, and the networks build him up as this too. You ain't Mexican, you a bitch. Yeah. Okay. They want to hate so bad. See, whatever. You see, listen, they send in $5 super chats, $120 super chats, and these dudes just like, you're nothing. You're a bitch. Whatever. Well, I'm glad the army helps out and supports me. I'm sorry I'm such a bitch. Ego made that man cry on TV. Yeah, he really said, man, my grandmama gave me that chain. That motherfucker sounded like he was finna cry talking about he bodied me. Stop. Why do you guys lie? Especially when Dante recorded it. It's an actual show. It's not like the 1940s and no one had cameras or some shit. And I'm not Sugar Ray Robinson. The shit is up. DBN has it. And you gonna lie and say, oh, I body Ego. He was ready to cry. Man, my grandmama gave me that chain. Huh? Oh, he gonna cry in the car. Keep up the good work, buddy. Man, all he was saying was no. Every time I asked him a question, no. Go listen to it. Just listen to it. I'm not. There's nothing to even talk about. The man got demolished. Wait till I start doing call-ins. You really gonna get this work. But we'll save that. Someone said he was crying like Tyrese Gibson. Don't take my baby. What more do you want from me? That motherfucker was crying in there. I had him like Mike Tyson. Well, he's like, how did you know your body shots were getting to him, Mike? He's like, I don't know. I heard him. I heard him to the body. I heard him to the body. He was in there. He was crying. He was crying in there. Like, what do you mean he was crying? Yeah, I opened up with body shots. I hit him to the body, and he was crying. He was making feminine women gestures. He was like, I can't. Motherfucker, I had that motherfucker in there crying. He was crying in there. What the fuck you talking about? See, y'all, man, y'all better stop. Y'all better leave me alone. That motherfucker was crying in there. I don't know what to tell you. I was on Dante's Boxing Nation. I was on there. He called in. He said he wanted to talk. I said, okay, let's talk. And I had him on there. He was crying. He was crying in there. Don't get in trouble, Monster Madness. He said, Ego, I'm in school watching you. Hey. Caucasian style. Shout out to Kelly Kapowski. A fine ass. I would still smash Kelly Kapowski. She's so fine. I was crying and he was I was schooling him. I'm not a textbook debater. I'm not a textbook right jab. That's not me. I had him in there. He called on Dante's Boxing Nation. He was crying in there. Like, y'all better stop. Leave the boy alone, man. I'm too hot. They say I'm hot, man. No, I'm on that Tekashi 6ix9ine shit. 9 for fucking 9 on Billboard. Y'all know what it is. He was crying in there. And y'all know it. Shout out to my dude, Dr. Monfongo. The black channels. Why do people super chat Ego? The black channels. He said, I don't know what people watch. I was rooting for Triple G, but like Andre Ward, I saw Canelo dominate. I told y'all. In the pocket had Triple G fighting out of his norm. And yeah, I remember you picked Triple G. Because we talked about it on the live stream. See, that's someone who was rooting for Triple G to win, and he's telling you Canelo dog. I'm telling you, the fight wasn't even like, I'm not gonna say it wasn't close, because there were some oh shit moments for Canelo around 9-10 or whatever, right around there. But it's not what you guys are making it. Again, I think there was an immense scrutiny to get it right, and I think some people were even probably picking, you know, Triple G because they thought that was the right thing to do because of the controversy from the first fight. But you can't do that. You got to look at each fight. Like Ward Kovalev 1 was Ward Kovalev 1. So if they're in a rematch, you know, if there's a rematch, then you have to address the rematch for what it is. Like, obviously you try your best to score it right and that kind of thing. But Ego Farm was scared to take your bet on Wilder versus Fury. LOL. Listen, my point is this. This is what I'm talking about, people. But shout out to him. You know, he was a good sport. He's going to be working with DBN. That's great. But my thing is this. A lot of people, they keep throwing out this notion that Wilder Fury, they don't think is going to happen. Oh, do you think? I mean, where's the venue? Where's the date? They act like they don't think it's going to happen, right? But then you drill them and you ask them, pause, you drill them about it and you ask and you say, so you think the fight's not going to happen? Oh, no, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying it's not going to happen. But why are you so suggestive and like, you know, kind of insinuating? Oh, wow. Winston Barker, you called in. He said, you said I sounded like Gary Russell. Bro, you did sound like Gary Russell Jr. He said it's just the DC accent, bro. I didn't even know you were from DC. But that now it makes sense. Bro, I thought you was Gary Russell. I was like, boy, you fast. You called in quick, too. That's how fast. I know you fast. I know you called in quick. Gary Russell. This is... I thought that was Gary Russell, bro. Just go listen to Dante's Boxing Nation. It was all on there. But the thing with like Tyson Fury, Wilder, people keep acting like they doubt it. Eddie Hearn, oh, I have to see it to believe it. I'm not gonna believe it, even if it's announced. I'm not gonna believe it till I watch Tyson Fury walking out. Like, they're doing all this to cast shadow and cast doubt. Once again, we need to start establishing a demerit system for the people who are constantly wrong. So either you think Wilder Fury won't happen, or you're on the side that thinks it will happen. Don't try to hedge your bet and be perfectly in the center so you can jump to the side once it's revealed what's happening with that fight. Do you see this? Again, a lot of people, that's the sheep approach, because they don't want the fight to happen, a lot of people, because they've been defending Eddie Hearn and AJ and they know it makes them look bad. So as a result, what they're doing is trying to be perfectly in the center where they're creating enough of a doubt and saying, hey, I don't know if the fight's going to happen, but they won't commit to that. They won't commit to it not happening. That's what I'm talking about. That's why when I offered the money, I said, what you trying to bet? 1,000 British pound, whatever the conversion rate is, I got you. Let's do it. Let's bet. Don't want to bet. Why wouldn't you want to bet if you believe it? You know, like I said, I'm trying to talk money. Like, let's talk money. It's just like these fight predictions. You know, you notice, here's another thing. But shout out to VOR Music Group. He just dropped $120. So money's not the issue. But notice L Dog 2, I didn't forget. The same dude, he told me Canelo versus Golovkin 2. He says, if Canelo wins, like you're saying, he says, I will give you $50. That was the bet we did. He came on the live stream, the reaction video stream, talking about the Canelo Golovkin fight, and he donated $5. $5 is not $50. This is why, you know, I'm done. If you want to donate to the channel, super chat, that's cool. But this is why I don't bet people. That's why I don't do no online bet, because they never come through. I still remember the dude, Danny Jacobs versus Luis Cuba Arias. I said, it's a good fight, picking Jacobs. He said, hell no. Jacobs is chin. Jacobs is we're going to get knocked out. And Luis Cuba Arias, I know, I've seen him spar. I think he said he sparred him. And I'm like, all right, whatever. Bet what you want. And then he said he'll give me $40. Never been back on the channel since Danny Jacobs beat him, you know. So I'm not, you know, we're done with that. Y'all keep your money unless you want to donate. Eddie Hearn has UK boxing jumping big money in the UK. All right. Well, why, if he has it jumping, then why is Joshua Povetkin not going to sell out according to Eddie Hearn? You see what I'm saying? They just say it because they like to say it. He's like, he got boxing jumping in the UK. Okay. So why is Joshua, he's the A-side, he's the mega star, and he got it jumping. Why is it not going to sell out? There's no fight he's competing with next week that I know of. You know, Canelo Golovkin already happened. Porter Garcia already happened. So there's no fight you're competing with. Who still says has it jumping in 2008? Hey, y'all tripping. Hey, y'all tripping. That's funny though. You know, at the end of the day, it's just like the Golovkin shit, the Wilder or Joshua's current role in boxing. You guys can say whatever you want. New media's here. You know, there's other people putting out videos that are saying the same thing. And at the end of the day, you guys can't win. You know, if you're not speaking like from an honest platform or whatever, you can't win. You know, you could say, oh, Triple G won and Canelo got his ass beat. And you know what the funny thing is with the Canelo Triple G shit? I didn't hear anyone say Canelo got his ass beat. You know, they were saying stuff like that after the first fight. But the people, even the people that said Triple G won, I haven't heard them say Canelo was getting his ass beat. You know? I never heard anyone say Canelo was getting his ass beat because they know that's not true. And they know, they're like, you know, that would be a stretch if we did all that and said all that. You know what I'm saying? And then, yeah, and then you have people like Abel say, oh, I scored at a draw. That means you lost. You know, you just don't want to admit the loss, so you're saying it was a draw. Here's a perfect example of circumstantial evidence. Your first fight, you believe you won. The judges had it a draw. You kicked, screamed, and cried and screamed bloody murder that it was not really a draw and that was some bullshit and judges need to be reprimanded. So when you didn't get the decision in the first Canelo fight that you felt that you and your team were warranted, you let that be known. Now Abel Sanchez is saying, I scored at a draw. I would be okay with a draw. But, you know, Triple G saying he won. That means you lost. That means you believe you lost. Because once again, why would, in the first fight, why would you scream bloody murder when the draw was announced, when you know you won in your heart of all hearts? but now you're willing to settle for a draw. If you really thought you won like the first fight, then why would Abel on record say he's willing he scored at a draw? Make that make sense. The first fight was a score to draw, but you said you won, and you made that abundantly clear that's what your thought was. So why would you be willing to settle to a draw if you really thought that Golovkin won this second fight? Doesn't make any sense, because why would you not have the similar reaction, the protest that you had in the first fight? I don't even think it was controversial like that. You know, I mean, obviously it is controversial in the sense of like people try to make it controversial, but to me it was not really even a hard fight to score. I can't say that. Actually, I can. Like, you know, it wasn't. I don't know. It wasn't what people were making it. I thought Canelo clearly won. Put it that way. Best way to put it. My shooter Christian said, he said, Ego, here's another thing. If the first fight was close or a draw, then which of the two looked better in the second fight? Well, we know the answer. Canelo, clearly. Bro, you know what? The funny thing is this. Triple G had at least a tune-up fight. Block Kevin Gonzalez. Block him instantly. Don't ask no questions, just block him. Triple G, he didn't even wait a year. He wasn't coming off any surgeries that I know of, you know. And he had the Vonnis Monterosa and pretty much a tune-up so he could release the last training camp. Canelo lost weight, had a year layoff, had a knee surgery, right? Was not on clenbuterol. I mean, to this point, he hasn't failed any drug tests that I know of since, right? So he didn't have anything illegal that was evident in his system, right? And he did better than he did in the first fight. Triple G had a tune-up, no surgery, no knee surgery or no surgeries that we know about, right? Had the height advantage, looked bigger overall, you know, in the ring. Canelo fought the fight that Abel requested. Don't be a pussy. Don't be be a man about your shit. If you run, we know you're going to run and put your track shoes on. He obliged you and didn't run, and you still didn't do anything with him until the second half, and it was too late. You know, you lost way too many early rounds. You know, you try to save face. If he didn't have that little second win, then it would have been like a shutout. Like Canelo would have won super handily. There's no way you could score jabs over a guy who's doing power shots. Here's an example. The only time it would apply the opposite. Yeah, I think he wasn't eating meat in this camp. Listen. All right, we got a hot seat. I'm gonna body this man. I'm sick of you guys, and I'm gonna release all my anger out of you. Mr. Will Stiff, that sounds horrible. 23. He said, but Triple G is older. You sound a little biased. Okay, why am I biased? You're up. You're in the hot seat. Everybody grab your popcorn. This is gonna be an easy one. He said I'm biased and Triple G's old. Okay, Mr. Little Stiff, Will Smith, whatever the fuck your name is. Why? Why am I biased? What have I said that you disagree with? Everybody grab your popcorn. I promise you. Listen, the dude that just donated 120, I'll give this man $120. I'll give him my whole donation if he beat me in this hot seat. I promise you. You see, it's one thing to bet for bragging rights and stuff, but when you start trying to touch my money, that's something different. So I promise you he ain't beating me. But we'll hear what you have to say. The floor is yours. So why am I a little biased? Why I sound a little biased? You about to get... See, I'm telling you, these dudes, this is all they want to do. They just want to talk. They want to say it. It makes it feel good. Let's get it. You ready? You first. Strike one. This is my show. No, you said I'm biased. Why would I go first? Bro, if you say one more dumb thing instead of answering this question, then you will be blocked. How am I going to go first, but you call me biased? I'm asking you to explain why I'm a little biased. Because you said Triple G is older, I'm a little biased. You talking about you go first. Strike one. What else you got? Come get this money. $120. Easy work. You know, we gonna up the bet 250. I'll put some of my own money on it. 250. You beat me, I'll give you 250. You know, I got to talk to y'all motherfuckers like Floyd. Okay, you beat me, I'll give you 250. I'll give you 250. I'll use some of my own money. What else you got? Block him. He says you didn't answer me yet. Get him the fuck out of here. Playing games. You said I'm biased. I asked you twice at least to explain. And you playing games, dancing in circles. We done. Shooters, get rid of him. His name is whatever, Will Stiffy or some horrible, worse than animal shit. Oh, my shooters are quick. See? This is what I'm talking about. But it don't matter. Listen, the funny thing is this. Somebody says, he's just trolling ego. It doesn't, how does that make me look bad? It doesn't make me look bad. They can troll all they want. I just offered you $250. All you have to do is substantiate and justify your claims. $250. And you can't even explain. So you trolling, that just makes me look good because that's another body, you know. I just put another one in the cemetery. Doesn't make me look bad. It makes them look bad because they say the shit and then when they get confronted about it and then, you know, I'm saying, okay, I'm a little biased, explain. Then they play games. That doesn't make me look bad. I'm sorry. What would make me look bad is if you can actually elaborate and explain what you said. Kevin, this is entertainment, you know. The fans like it. They like when I catch a body. So it doesn't hurt me. It just it proves that you're not being real, you know. Oh, egos, you're being biased. Okay, what am I doing? What am I saying? Plus you get a $250 pot just to tell. All you have to, okay, you said I'm biased and all you have to do is explain. Man, there's nothing in this world that I feel that someone says, explain how you feel with fact. And I know I'm saying it from a factual perspective. And they say, plus I'll give you $250. All you have to do is explain. You don't think I'm going to explain that shit? Shit. Don't make me look bad. And then people get mad. Oh, why is ego blocking people? Because we don't have time for the tomfoolery. But, yeah. Canelo won that. Where was Triple G's adjustments in the first half? Where was Triple G's adjustment? That's all I want to know. Like, you had a tune-up. You told Canelo he couldn't wear these gloves. He obliged that. Canelo's doing the year-round drug testing, so, you know, his system was clean. Canelo's coming off a knee surgery. You know, it's just a bunch of excuses. Now Tom Loeffler says, I don't know if we could beat Canelo. I don't know if we can beat Canelo in Vegas. But you agreed with the judges, the ref, and the location. Excuses. I don't know what you guys see. Like, and you guys, I don't care who you're a fan of, but as if you're a fan of boxing, you can't let stuff like that slide. That is a pure excuse. You agreed to the fight in Las Vegas. Now you're saying, oh, I don't know if we could beat Canelo in Vegas, and making it sound like it was some controversial shit. Nobody believes you. That is, you know, why'd you agree to Vegas? You should have said, hey, we're not rematching you in Vegas. We didn't like what happened with the Nevada State Athletic Commission the first fight. But you agreed to Vegas. You get that, you know, big payday. And then when it doesn't go your way in a close fight, now you want to complain and say, oh, I don't think we could beat, you know, save it, you know. No, I don't think we could beat Canelo in Vegas. Then why'd you fight him in Vegas? Why didn't you push for the fight to happen in California? Why didn't you push for it to happen in New York, Texas, you know, UK, wherever the fuck you wanted it, Kazakhstan, you know? And at the end of the day, you know you're the B-side, so you know you couldn't bring it to Kazakhstan. Juan Lopez, I'm Mexican, Triple G was robbed. No one gives a fuck if you're Mexican. What does that have to do with the scorecard? See, you see how they say stupid shit? I'm Mexican and I think Triple G was robbed. What does being Mexican have to do? You know, I know a lot of Mexicans that don't like Canelo. They think he's like cocky or, you know, like they can't relate to him, you know, because he, you know, got money and, you know, do his thing, fuck bad bitches. I don't know. So being Mexican has nothing to do with like that made your opinion more valid. You see how stupid they are? They just say these dudes. I'm saying they in terms of the people in the comment section. They just say stupid. I'm Mexican and Triple G won. Like you being Mexican, you announcing your ethnicity is, oh shit. You must know what you're talking about because you're Mexican and you said Triple G won. Look, Carlos Rosales, he said I'm Mexican. I think Canelo won. See, that don't have nothing. Just because you know, like your opinion is more like affirmed because you told us your ethnicity and background. I hate Christian Boswell. He said I'm black and I think OJ was guilty. Get out of here. I'm not black, I'm OJ. Okay. That shit was fire. That shit's funny. He said I'm black and I think OJ guilty. Hey, bro. Hey, you gotta chill, bro. That motherfucker was trying to make sure the glove didn't fit. Like, motherfucker, that glove fit, kind of. You just got big hand. You pull it down a little, motherfucker, that shit fit. He was really trying to... See, I can't. Like, stop doing your hand like that. That shit will fit. He trying to pull the glove down hella slow. See? It doesn't fit. That's because you doing your hand like the Chinese dude from Enter the Dragon with the claw. That's why this shit don't fit. You think you Han dude from the island from Enter the Dragon. Trying to put the glove on with the Enter the Dragon hand on. Remember Talladega Night? He's like, I'm not quite sure what to do with my hands. He kept raising his hand. Free my nigga OJ. OJ's been out. What are you talking about? He ain't in jail. OJ got out like Tupac on California Love. OJ out on bail, fresh out of jail, California dreaming. As soon as I step on the scene over here, who just screaming? Feeding for money out. Pac came out lit when he got out of jail. Feeding for money out all the way for the play kept that. It's so bro. Hell nah. Victor said, I think Triple G did more on the back foot than Canelo did on the back foot in the first fight. Foolish. Triple G was jabbing on the back foot. Canelo was still throwing combos on the back foot in the first fight. What are you talking about? Do you watch boxing? So, once again, so you're of the belief that doing jabbing only, a straight jab, is doing more than combination punching. Canelo on the back foot was still releasing bombs. It wasn't like a sustained attack where he was like, putting 8 punches together. These dudes is desperate. They just saying whatever. Big Dog Willie, $5 super chat. Ego, can you please tell all the Triple G disciples that he is not a better fighter than Hagler? I mean, the fans know that. Listen, this is vindication, all of it. I told you this is why they didn't fight Andre Ward. I mean, remember I got all that flack for saying that at the time. Does anybody believe Triple G would have went to 68 and beat Andre Ward? I mean, just look at it, you know. I even said Roy Jones, if they had a fantasy fight, and some people are like, no, Triple G would win. I mean, does anybody believe that Triple G would have beat Ward or Roy Jones? Stop it. I wouldn't even pick him to beat Bernard Hopkins, you know. The Triple G aura is it's not what it once was. Armando Brines, $2 super chat. Canelo attacks that ass, had Triple G moonwalking. I'm done. Bro, listen, I'm trying to tell you guys. This is looking like another Chocolatito Kovalev type of scenario, you know? And coincidentally, see this, listen. This is why new media keeps prevailing. You guys can say whatever you want. You're biased and stuff. I told you guys from the jump, Chocolatito is fun to watch. He's offensive. We get it. but his defense wasn't up to par, things like that. I told you I don't have him number one. Stop comparing him to Floyd's resume because he hasn't done what Floyd's done. Even though he's moved up and stuff, he just doesn't have the level of talent in those divisions, in all of his opponents, right? I told you guys that. Y'all said I was hating. Then you see Chocolatito lose a close fight with Rungvisai. In the rematch, just listen. These are people that HBO advocated for heavily. How does it that Chocolatito, HBO, and ESPN and all them said he's the greatest 25 in 25 years? He's number one pound for pound. How is it that HBO's number one pound for pound, Chocolatito, does significantly worse in a rematch? Significantly worse in a rematch. That's not what happens to elite fighters. Sugar Ray Leonard versus Roberto Duran. He lost the first fight for sure. He fought later that year, and he no-mossed Roberto Duran, and he beat him again after that, right? He didn't fight Roberto Duran later that year in a rematch and then get slept like Chocolatito did, right? Floyd Money Mayweather. He had a tough fight. He said his shoulder was bothering him versus Castillo, Jose Luis Castillo. He fought him the same year, and he definitely beat Castillo even easier. He did the same thing with Marcos Maidana. Meanwhile, Chocolatito, he got knocked down in the first fight. I was at that fight. Got knocked down in the first fight. Then he gets stopped in the rematch. Right? Somebody that HBO told you was all that, in a bag of chips. Kovalev, same scenario. He fought Andre Ward, contested. Some people had Kovalev winning. Some people had Ward winning. Some people said a draw. HBO said, oh, yeah, we had Kovalev. Told Kovalev was the menace. You could tell that's who they were rooting for. He fights Andre Ward in a rematch and does significantly worse in the rematch. In fact, he gets hurt visibly, which didn't happen really in the first fight. Actually, I think he did get hurt with some of the body shot, but not like that. He got hit with a shot upstairs, a right cross, and was backpedaling into the ropes. Then he gets stopped. They still made it shoot. Oh, Ward hit him in the dick. Then a couple fights later, he gets stopped even like more brutally because Ward, I think Ward took something from his soul, and he gets knocked down 3 times and beat by the skilled Eliter Alvarez. Another person that HBO told you to, was the best, the best and the boogeyman and menacing. He's killed a man and all this, right? Now look at Triple G. Triple G arguably beat Canelo the first fight. I had him winning the first fight. It's close. I told you, I said I don't think he did superior like some of y'all were making out to see, but I could see him winning. I said that immediately after, right? He fights Canelo in a rematch and does significantly worse in the rematch. This is why HBO boxing is struggling, because just like these old media channels, how often are you going to be wrong publicly? I know there's old media channels, they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They'll say, oh, Danny Garcia, he's gonna beat Porter ass. I know it. Triple G, yeah, it's all about Triple G. He's gonna destroy them. He's gonna destroy Canelo, knock him out. And then he doesn't. How often are you gonna be wrong? Same thing HBO boxing. How often? Everybody you told me. Meanwhile, not to toot my own horn, but fighters that I've told you about, they step up. They do, fight whoever, like Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence. They are still looking good. It's not like it was like this real short run. I've been telling y'all about Terrence Crawford before he even fought Bradis Prescott. I'm like, man, this dude. And I'm still telling you about Terrence Crawford. Still to this day. That has to show you something. Errol Spence, I told y'all for a minute. I'm like, this dude, I like him. I like what I'm seeing from him. Blah blah blah. And the thing is, I haven't even been radical Like where I'm like, I never said Errol Spence was #1 pound for pound. I just said he was really good and I think he's special and blah, 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 blah. They, in fact, do the opposite. They take fighters a lot of times who are good and then they blow it up to like unrealistic proportions without them having to earn it, you know, and start telling you they're #1 pound for pound and no one else has been greater than them. And they would have beat historic legends. They're doing all that. And then they can't live to those expectations. Triple G did worse in the rematch for sure than he did in the first fight. He looked wilted and breathing hard in the first fight, in the second fight. I didn't see all that in the first fight because he was fighting more so at a pace that was beneficial to him. Second fight, not so much. Canelo ring generalship. Canelo had him working at a pace that he didn't like. And it was taking it out of it. I'm telling you, we may, I can't tell you what another grown man, what his future holds or what he can bounce back from or not. But we may have seen Triple G peak because the blueprint is out, just like Kovalev, you know. Now here's the catch. Just like Kovalev, you notice Kovalev after Andre Ward, he did have 2 wins and he became a champion again. So if they match Triple G like that, then he, you know, he can, I don't know, it's going to be hard at middleweight because the guys who are fighting for belts or have belts, they're all good, you know. But I'm just saying he can get some wins if you match him with like Vanes Martirosyan, if you match him with like, you know, Willie Monroe rematch, Dominic Wade caliber people, then it's going to be like, oh, it's vintage. I'm talking about when you match him elite level. If you match him elite level guys like winners of Saunders, Andrade, winner of Derevyanchenko, Jacobs, a Canelo Trilogy, definitely Jamal Charlo. You match him like that, I don't know, you know, because I think the blueprint is out. In fact, I think a Canelo third fight, if it happens in May, Canelo might stop him. Canelo should have supreme confidence. He won't be on such a long layoff if he does fight in December. You know, he's not coming off an immediate injury. He maybe he goes back to eating meat and maybe he's not going to be petrified to eat meat. I don't know. But I think Canelo might stop him straight up. Because he already, in the first fight, he started chipping away at little stuff. And then the second fight, he definitely did. So if these comments is funny as fuck. So I feel like in the third fight, it's just going to be worse, you know. It's going to be worse. Because he's going to have like, you don't share 24 rounds with somebody and not learn little things. Just like Marquez, you know, it took him a minute. Fourth fight, he got Pacquiao out of there. I'm not saying it's going to be that knockout, but I'm just saying Canelo's been slowly chipping away at like a game plan to beating him. And his confidence, like, and this is what I'm trying to tell you guys. When we're talking about confidence and what we see and shit like that, you guys can say whatever. Oh, yeah, 135 people at press row had Triple G winning. But guess what? The 3 judges that actually score for Nevada State Athletic Commission that actually matter, they didn't. So what's the point of even saying that? Like, I don't care if 300 Spartans. This is Sparta. Like, I don't give a fuck if a 300 army scored it for Triple G. The 3 judges that counted, you know, didn't score it for Triple G. Not one judge gave it to Triple G. It was a draw on one card and then 2 for Canelo. So why are you telling me about Leonidas and 300 and press row? I don't care because I haven't heard their breakdown. They're not doing what I'm doing right now. Most of them I haven't seen, like where they're getting on the horn and saying, this is why I believe Canelo lost to Triple G. Let's start with round 1. Bop, 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 bop. You know, YouTube is a free, you know, it's a free platform. Freeware. Jump on this YouTube shit. Do what I do. You know, all these writers and all that. Yeah. You know, I seen a couple of people come to YouTube. Kevin Iole, shout out to him. I think he scored it a draw, to be honest. But, you know, he's good. I like Kevin Iole. But some of these other dudes, tell them to do, like, how about that? Let's do that. If you want to tell me about 190 people scored it for Triple G press row, where are their channels at? Do they have YouTube channels? Tell them to get on the mic and do what I'm doing and break this shit down for the fans, so the fans can hear your insightful breakdown, and we can test your aptitude and all this shit when it comes to this boxing shit. Because I don't care about a scorecard. I want to know how you arrived at that scorecard. I could just, 115, 113, Triple G. I could just do that. Anyone could do that. Break this down. See, that's what I do. Same thing with fight prediction. It's 50-50. But it's beyond that. When I do fight prediction, I'm telling you what's going to happen. I tell you why it's going to happen, you know? So, all that press row, oh yeah, everyone had it for Triple G. The 3 judges that matter didn't have it for Triple G, and that's what does matter. But I think Triple G, you know, Canelo, he should have supreme confidence. And what I'm trying to tell y'all is you guys doing, 150 people at press row felt Triple G did it. Triple G knows how he did in there. He knows how his face feels. He knows how he feels. He knows the body shots if they were hurting him. I thought Triple G don't get hurt, you know. I thought he don't get hurt. He looked hurt to me, you know. So all the myth, you know, it's like the Mythbuster show. He looked uncomfortable at spots in that fight. and realistically, I'll be 100% transparent. That's what I do with these breakdowns. To be honest, more so, I'm not making any excuses. My prediction was right. I don't have to make excuses. But to be honest, Triple G's late fight success seemed like it had more to do with Canelo fatiguing from fighting at crazy pace and always having stamina issues than it did with Triple G having like this masterful game plan. Straight up. Triple G was down. We knew he was down. His own trainer said he was down after 7. And, you know, Canelo fought like a man-style pace and was bringing it to him, throwing a lot of punches. He's already had stamina issues. He looked a bit lighter. So, you know, it looked like he slowed down in the second half of the fight, which is what happens if you're not on PEDs. You know, naturally you're going to get tired. But I didn't see, it wasn't like Triple G was digging to the body. Like when rounds weren't going his way, he was just, and killing Canelo's body, and it paid dividends later. That's not what happened. It really looked like Canelo, his stamina issues showed up, and Triple G, you know, landed a cool punch, and, you know, Canelo's arm went like that. Cut happened, and that woke Triple G up a little bit. And then he's like, you know, because he doesn't have the same stamina issues per se, and then that woke him up, and then he got a second win. But I didn't really see Triple G have such a fluid game plan in the first 7 rounds that created this opening. You know, like I said, it's not like he had this early investment to the body, and then come the second half of the fight, the body shots paid dividends and took its toll on Canelo. It looked like Canelo did what Canelo always does, which is, you know, get tired if he's fighting at a more active pace. So that's my honest opinion. So it really wasn't the rounds that you score for Triple G, and I'm not, again, I don't have no reason to make an excuse. The rounds you score for Triple G looked like it had more to do with Canelo just slowing down, you know, and Triple G came alive, as opposed to like Triple G. Basically, Triple G didn't create that moment. You know, he took advantage of that moment, but he didn't create it. Canelo just looked like he naturally was getting tired. And then that's where, you know, Triple G took advantage of it, which is cool. Fair play to him. He won some of those rounds. Boom, you know, made it an epic fight. Have no problem with that. But I didn't see something that Triple G did in those early goings that created that, you know. And we know Canelo has had these stamina issues. Triple G's jab wasn't effective. Jabs are used to control the fighter distance. Triple G was throwing it to keep Canelo, the smaller man, off of him. That's a good point. You have to question it, because if his jab was so active, then why was Canelo just trucking forward? You know, his nose should be bleeding or something. It's, you know what it reminds me of? And, you know, there's no disrespect to that fighter. Robert Easter. Same thing. If you look at it, Robert Easter, I would give a little bit more credit to Triple G's jab, though. I think Triple G's jab was stronger. But if you watch Robert Easter versus Mikey Garcia, same kind of principle. he was jabbing, and he was pumping his jab out, but it still wasn't thwarting or deterring Mikey Garcia from coming forward. Same thing. It's the same thing. He was throwing that jab out there, but it wasn't enough meaning and enough conviction, because if you are throwing a jab that is really, you know, like the proper jab and the proper, you might fuck somebody up, you know, make their nose bleed. They're going to get discouraged because every time they try to come in, they're getting fucked up. They're in the front door. So it reminds me of Mikey Garcia versus, okay, I got a hot seat for this fucking idiot. Andre Blackwell. He said, comparing Easter's jab to Triple G's. You're in the hot seat. When did I do that? I specifically said that I would give more credit to Triple G's jab. You see, you trying to turn this into a game. So clearly you can't listen and you can't comprehend. So what don't you understand? You in the hot seat. What don't you understand about that analogy? Since I already told you, I think Triple G has a stronger jab, but it's the same situation. The point that I'm making is, if you look at those two fights, the jab didn't deter the smaller guy from coming forward. So you have to question how effective it is. That is the point I'm making. Now let's hear your side. What's the hot? Block him. Just get him out of here. I'm done. He said, what's the hot seat? You're going to find out in a couple of seconds when my shooters take care of you. What's the hot seat? They be playing the role. What's the hot seat? Yeah, you're going to find out. Oh, boom. You just found out what the hot seat is. Get these dudes out of my face. Listen, these are called analogies, metaphors, similes, whatever you want to call them. I'm trying to help illustrate what I'm talking about using an example. I'm not saying it's dead on, but the main concept of what I'm saying, I think, holds true here. You guys maybe disagree, but Robert Easter was the bigger guy. He was pumping out a jab, and it was not stopping the smaller guy from coming forward. That is the point I am making. Mikey Garcia was still coming forward, still landing vicious body shots, and would not stop. I'm not saying the two fights are 100% like synonymous with each other and everything that happened in one fight happened. I'm not saying that, but that fraction of the fight, the bigger guy jabbing, you have to question how effective it is if you're not stopping the smaller guy from coming in, which is the point that Sowell made. And I think it's a good point. You know, people are giving rounds to Triple G for jabbing. It's a good jab, but how good is it to the point where you would place it over heavier scoring blows like body shot, vicious body work, uppercuts, hooks, you know, and punches like that, right crosses and shit like that, when it's still not keeping the smaller guy off? Canelo trucked forward. He trucked forward for like large chunks of this fight, like, you know, the first 8 rounds or something. You know, really the whole fight. You know, he was not stepping backward. He was stepping forward, pushing Triple G back. So that's the point. You know, these guys want to make, because they want to get distracted. They want these hot seats and shit, so it gets distracted. Like, okay, here's another example. You look at Jamal Charlo's jab. Jamal Charlo's jab dropped Julian J. Rock Williams. So obviously the timing and the snap on the jab was on point, because J. Rock, he fell like I think he fell kind of crazy when he got hit with it. There was no point where Triple G's jab did all that. Here's another example of a prominent jab. Mikey Garcia, I was there, but if you don't believe me, take my word for it. Mikey Garcia has a really good jab. Watch Mikey Garcia versus Dejan Zlaticanin. He was pumping that thing out, pumping it, bow, 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 just jab, jab, jab. He was jabbing, doubling, which set up his combinations. Triple G was just jabbing, wasn't setting up anything in those early goings until Canelo got tired. That's the difference. Mikey Garcia was jabbing to keep the power puncher off of him, because Dejan Zlaticanin had a 90% knockout ratio somewhere in there, and he was keeping him, he was offsetting him with the jab, and frustrating him with the jab, 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 jab. But then it set up what he would later do, which is knock Dejan's Latishin and smooth out, and he was never the same after that. Dejan's Latishin did not look the same after that Garcia fight. So it threw him off. Great jab in Mikey in the Mikey Garcia fight with Dejan's Latishin. Some of the Eastern European fighters, a lot of them have good jabs, you know, because they have fundamentals. But the thing is, a lot of the Eastern European, not all, you know, I'm not trying to stereotype because Lomachenko don't fight like the typical Eastern European, but a lot of them, they don't throw as many hooks and uppercuts and, like, you know, it's more technique and fundamentally sound, you know, kind of straight punches. So the thing is, Triple G had nothing behind it. Like, you know, it was just a jab, which is a really good jab. Is, you know, he knows his stuff when it comes to a jab, but he wasn't hooking off the jab. You know, he wasn't doing nothing like athletically crazy. You know, like the American style or black style or whatever the fuck y'all want to call it. You know, I've seen guys. You know, you don't see Triple G throw vicious uppercuts and shit like that. Typically. Shout out to Zero the One, $2 super chat. Laughing my ass at these Triple G fans are steady getting bodied. Man, I'm trying to get boxing, at least on my page, back to a point where people know what they're talking about. A lot of people just say whatever. You know? He says, "Fuck off, you bitch," comparing Triple G to Mikey Garcia. They so mad. It's funny. He said, "Fuck off," comparing Mikey Garcia, as if that's an insult. Mikey Garcia actually does more than Triple G. So, you know, it's more of an insult to compare Triple G to Mikey Garcia if we're really being honest. Mikey does more, way more as a fighter. Like, what do y'all watch? That's all I need to know. He said, "Fuck you, you bitch," comparing Mikey to Triple G. What are you talking about? Mikey is actually a more complete fighter than Triple G. Huh. Bet you didn't know that. That body work from Canelo on point. Yeah, Mikey Garcia is clearly, I mean, Triple G at the, I'm talking about elite level. See, this is what I'm talking about. See, it's getting about that time. I'm gonna wrap this up so I can get my iced coffee, because the level of ignorance when it comes to the man fans is ridiculous. Mikey Garcia, no matter who you put him in there with, you still see certain significant things show up that he's good at. He could be fighting Broner, who's bigger than him, right? Who's athletic and has power, and he's still doing some of the signature things that he does. That's the mark of a good fighter. Like, he hit Broner with some nasty body shots. I was at that fight too. Like, this left hook to the body, money, you know, just left hooks in general, but his left hook to the body is brilliant, right? So even though Broner's bigger, he still got that left hook off, right? Triple G, at the highest of levels, when we have seen him step up with the elite level fighters, he doesn't, it tapers off. He jabs. Jab mode. Jab mode. You know, elite level puncher with David Lemieux, same thing. He just jabbed. He wasn't getting off these like crazy things, like crazy, like just look at it. Just look at okay, put it this way. Look at Triple G's best performances. Like, okay, what is Triple G's best top 2 performances? You guys tell me. Everything considered, who he's fighting and everything. What is his best performances? Where he just looked like, wow, this dude is a monster. It could be anybody. Don't just try to say who are Triple G, in your honest opinion. Who are his top 2 victories? I'm talking about considering that, not like somebody he fought when he turned pro or so. I'm talking about the best name. Kell Brook is one of his best performances. Wow. See, I'm about to go just get the coffee. I'm about to just go get the coffee. Kell Brook, you think was one of, so beating up a welterweight impresses you, Huddy. I'm out. Like these dudes is delusional. These dudes is crazy. So beating a welterweight, I said everything considered. So who he's fighting and stuff. Yeah, you're tripping. You guys, you clearly don't know shit about boxing. So a middleweight beating a welterweight, that, you know, and a welterweight who didn't even prove he's the best welterweight. That's impressive. Okay. Okay, Curtis Stevens, that was a good performance. So here's this. Name an elite level person, you know, that Triple G has fought where he looked like he looked versus Curtis Stevens. Like he dominated like he did with Curtis Stevens. And he actually had a little bit of trouble with Curtis Stevens in the end round, but for the most part he dominated. So you guys let me know who he fought that was elite where he looked like the Curtis Stevens Triple G. I want to know. I see, they say I'm hating, and then I ask a question, and none of y'all can answer it intelligently. Look at everyone saying nobody. Who did Triple G fight where it was a Curtis Stevens level performance? That was elite. You know, guy with momentum, guy who was a champion, you know, undefeated, anything like that. You know, one loss. Where he looked like the Curtis Stevens. He didn't look like Curtis Stevens in the Canelo first fight. He didn't look like Curtis Stevens in the second fight for sure. He didn't look like that versus Daniel J. What are we talking about? Now, let's talk about Floyd Mayweather. You know, someone we know is good. You look at Floyd, name someone that Floyd dominated that was a really good fighter. That's it. Name someone that Floyd dominated that you consider a really good elite fighter. Or elite at the time. That he pretty well dominated. Look, if someone said everyone. Corrales, Manny Pacquiao, Maidana, De La Hoya. See? Cotto. Marquez. Actually, he did dominate Marquez. Gennady. See, that's what I'm saying. You see how the comments change all of a sudden? Before, when I asked about Triple G, y'all was saying nobody. Now people are saying Marquez, Canelo, blah, 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 Cotto, Mosley, Corrales, Gotti, Ricky Hatton. See, that's what I'm saying. So, basically, that means Floyd has fought elite people and put on, like, very impressive performances. Triple G, I mean, unless you guys can tell me who he fought that was elite, where, like, how he looked versus Gregor's Proska. Name the best person he's faced, like, resume-wise, where it was a Gregor's Proska type of performance. It was a Dominique Wade type of performance. Where he just, like, systematically just destroyed that guy. Or where he looked like Vanes Martirosyan. You know, all of these fights. So he looked... Francisco Calderon, are you saying Triple G looked like Vanes Martirosyan Triple G versus Canelo? That's really what you're going to try to argue? Wow. He didn't look like the Dominique Wade, Proska, Triple G in either Canelo fight. That's a lie. See, they got to reach for the truth, and that's why it's funny to me. Because they just got to make shit up just to try to make a point. I don't have to make shit up to make a point. I'm asking real questions. He talking about he looked like Dominique Wade, Triple G. He put on a similar performance. Doesn't even make sense. Dominique Wade got knocked down 2. Canelo went the distance 2 times. So how did he look like the Dominique Wade, Triple G? Mexica Queen. Floyd fought all them motherfuckers out of the prime. You don't know shit. Floyd a bitch for that. You sound stupid. Yeah, he fought Diego Corrales, who was undefeated out of his prime. Get the fuck out of here. You don't know what the fuck you talking about. Yeah, Canelo was out of prime when he was 23. They don't know shit. I'm out. I'm about to get some coffee. Thank you guys for joining in. You guys smash the like button one last time. Triple G looked good in both of what fights? Smash the like button. Triple G looked good in both of what fights? Okay, let's be real. Name someone who's like bigger than Triple G, like when Gotti was bigger than Mayweather, and you see what Mayweather did to Gotti. Rest in peace. Who is Triple G fought like that? That was bigger, and he put on a fucking Gotti performance. Bigger like Canelo, and Triple G put on a Mayweather Canelo performance. Please let me know. Please let me know. These dudes is so dead. They just Jose De Jesus. He said, "I'm done with these man fans." Martin Murray. Okay, so we're. I'm out. Somebody said Martin Murray. Hey, bro. All right. Martin Murray it is. You guys have a good day. Thank you for joining the stream. Martin Murray. Shout out to you.